come out, people would comment on them. The comment made by my opponent, Achim Sakawa people, I've not heard any public figure in this country, independent, yourselves or anybody, comment on it. It's completely unacceptable. If I was to get up to make a comment about Northerners or Gonchas, you can imagine the uproar that would be in the country. Presidential candidate, a former president of Ghana, you can call a group of Ghanaians Sakawa people, and it involves the group for which the sitting president comes, and that comment goes without, that statement goes without comment. And at the same time, we hear these statements. Let's all try and bring the politics of insults to an end, etc., etc. Occasions are given where specific comments can be made. Nothing happens. And then it's lost. It's lost in the generalities. We need to focus on this matter in an even-handed way. I get the impression that because of the unfortunate, in some ways, authoritarian origins of our state in its where it was considered dangerous to criticize government, the pendulum has now swung the other way, where government is the only group you can criticize. If you criticize government, no matter what you say, it's legitimate. If government was to respond, that's somehow illegitimate. Media freedom is interpreted as meaning the freedom to criticize others, but you can't criticize the press. If, for instance, they step out of bounds or they conduct themselves in an irresponsible manner. So all of this, I'm trying to say that it's a package that we all have to look at dispassionately and act on issues when they occur. I'm very, very disturbed by this remark that the former President Mahama made about Achim people as Sakawa people. And I've up till today, I have not heard any senior citizen of this country, lay, religious, civil society organization, public think tank, reprimand him for that statement. What can be the basis of such a remark? It's a public act that you have a problem with, fair enough. But that the people who are doing it are given this ethnic branding, it cannot be right. That's the kind of language that we don't want in our politics. Mens sana in sano incorpore sano is an often cited Latin phrase which translates, as we all know, as a healthy mind in a healthy body. Its objective being to have a population that pays attention not only to intellectual prowess, but also to healthy living. It implies that physical exercise is an essential part of mental and psychological well-being. It fosters resilience, tenacity, endurance, discipline, commitment, hard work, teamwork, and the staying spirit. With my assumption of office, a total of 68 sports-related projects have been undertaken, of which 12 have been completed and 56 still ongoing. These include the construction of youth resource centers in 10 regions, which are all at significant stages of completion, as well as the construction of some 29 AstroTurf pitches nationwide. The decision to construct a 10-story hostel next to the existing student hostel, the construction of another 10-story hostel on the opposite side of the university, and the construction of the 10-story multi-purpose twin tower buildings is an excellent one, and I commend management highly for this. Education remains the key and best route to moving people out of poverty. Just as we have made senior high school education accessible to all Ghanaian children, another term for the MPP and myself in office will mean that no student who has obtained admission to a tertiary institution will be denied access because they are unable to pay fees. We will provide all students an option to obtain a student loan without the requirement of a guarantor for the loan, provided he or she has a national identification number from the Ghana card. Repayment of the loan will be deferred until after the completion of national service, plus an additional grace period. This promise, like free SHS, is one we will fulfill, like we have fulfilled the great majority of our 2016 manifesto promises.
And then no mampenyi abediachi Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ede comment if mante mu aprobo wakodu be wana ahimfie enam so ama ya na Abubakar yotosumienu ede abasobode ama Ghana mampenyi ene na aban so mo abo adwuma pa brom bedi ade wachese mpuntu dwuma MPP aban ayede kase ye ka ade bechen yen edidi oka nyina ne se ampanyankopon ena enhira omampenyi ene na bediachi.
Dagon is particularly grateful to His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for gracing last year's Damba Festival. And most importantly, accompanying August guest, Her Excellency, the Prime Minister of Barbados, and her high-level delegation and ambassadors, which automatically catapulted our previous local Damba celebration into the international scene. We are also deeply grateful for the commissioning of the Yendi Water Supply Project in July 2020. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to call the government to use his skills and experience to make peace a priority during December election. I wish to advise that both the government and the opposition parties must refrain from provocative speech and actions which have the potential of creating anarchy and disturb the peace and tranquility of the country.
No mampenyi abedi achire nso ekasaye eno se MPP abambe koso e na famudie e de apija Ghana mpuntuo enti omanfo wo mantifi mante munya botere ma ba ne sanse mpuntuo de ye de bibe dware wo mo.
I give a big thank you to the Yana for his welcome, brought him greetings from His Excellency the President. A new era of development has come to the north, and it is a development based on accomplishment. We have done about 42 infrastructure projects completed, 57 ongoing, and 13 inherited projects from the NDC have also been completed. And so the era under Nana Akufo-Addo, for as far as northern development is concerned, the era of flying guinea fowls to Burkina Faso is over. We are going to need more universities in Ghana. We have talked to UDS, and they are going to build a satellite campus of UDS in Yendi. We are also looking at expanding the veterinary Pont Tamale Veterinary College into a university for agriculture, and therefore expand university placements in the northern part of Ghana as we look forward in the next few years. So there is a lot that is going on in what we want to do.
Ghana ba penyima Rebecca Kufu ado sedia adekire ni adesua hia no nyasem ketwa wode aso abofom yeba abesi library ewo botiano MA school mo no ede ama adehia ewo ga South Mexico pon assembly nim we eneto so enan a Ghana ba penyi foundation no meche Rebecca foundation mo eye wo Ghana fa na nyina Mama Rebecca Kufu ado ekasaye eno se akenkan bo bie enkora adwenim entisi nya ba bie books guna senkora kwakenkan bebo mo ankasa.
Any nation that wants to truly develop and become a global player must invest in the education of its people. That is why the NPP government has invested so much in the education of our children. So long as we continue to make these investments in our human capital, the future of this country would be bright. The Rebecca Foundation, we have built 4 libraries in Dafiama, Buse, Isa in the Upper West region, Wenchi in the Bono region, and Seshi Debiso in the Western North region.
Onwenya for Paul Evans edukane atoye mantem so afo kire se MPP amayukoni yo moketrema eto osikirimu ebra no mopetumi de Africa na fo nchen na eso yeto aba edimo mu yo no wasesa ne mamu kura enti Ghana fo nhwe do manto aba biem amfa ma MPP aba no biem
Yeah, Mamia Daroma, Royal Minister for Education. And these school buses, dormitories, dining halls, observation blocks, Ningaka.
Na sahwiesa kromu hine ekasaye ebra obenfu jena no poku ajeman franka krani abedi echi de ma NDC amayiko no eba ne na so ebechia no
yeah see speaker dan bima abai bai to if you are yes Yankupon Ayadom, that's what Babema, Omeba, that's good my now, I know I was Andrew, so on to them, and I said so, a person, and so, your problem over you, and the same, I mean, any higher NDC, so the best of them on that boy, the voice of the majority is the voice of God.
Obenfu jena no poku ajeman enso dana nanom ase ekire so be na fom di biada e de aboa Ghana mpuntuo
ose osan abadu sanya minye ni se president bi na opedi afro wadi bida na enyuma pa o shase a akeka ebi ni school adan a binia edu aken enuano enya so okasakwa yinim ya waye eni enim de obetimi so ato aso aye no obeto aso aye no na say nyina ya dwense ye ba mana ba no abeto aso enti me tun sa frem nyina no ba tan bi am frene ni nuanom a on frene manka ho on frene nuanom ma enka ho e kasa ye ma ene hefo obi aye ba tumi hye wonsam a ada no de ahye wonsam Ose me tumi no me de amao. Man fa ma say be ya ahantan fa kire me. Wan fa ma say be kasa emfata na me ma ensua kasa enye fe.